So if you're pinching out your plants at the moment to get them more bushy, try sticking those into water. This is a Cosmos and that's 3 weeks old, and look at the roots on that. That's an extra plant. What I'm going to do is just take off the top flower there, and yeah, we should get a real nice bushy plant. So if you want extra plants, you can do that with Cosmos, and you can do exactly the same with your sweet peas as well. You got plenty on this row, but yeah, if you're just pinching them out to get them more bushy, just stick that one into water and you have an extra plant. And you can do exactly the same with basil as well. Take off all the big leaves, cut it just above a node and stick that in water, and that should be rooting in the next couple of weeks. And just put all these on a north facing window. I'm going to be actually separating this out into about 6 plants in the next week or so. I just got to soak it really good before I do that. And then don't forget the old side shoots. That works exactly the same. The tomato side shoots, just cut that off, stick it in water. In probably about 2 or 3 weeks again, you'll have an extra plant. There's plenty in here already. Hello and welcome back, and look how well this is at the moment. Everything is absolutely booming, and considering we've had not much sunshine over the last couple of weeks, I'm really impressed with how it's doing. And down here we have got our first cucumber. In fact, that's probably going to be the second one. These are ramping along. I mean, look how far we got already on that one. And it's the same on this one as well. Just got to keep on remembering to watering them and to keep on winding them around. But yeah, really pleased with those. And I've probably got another cucumber down there. So that is it. We are not buying any more cucumbers for the rest of the summer now. We've got those 2 plants there, and they're rocketing away as well. Right, so quite a lot of things are ready to plant out now. This sweet corn, I'm still going to give it another couple of weeks. Probably another week. I've got to prepare the bed first. I'm just going to put in extra compost, my homemade compost, and extra manure. So I feed these really well. Well, these are doing really well considering I planted these, I think it's less than 3 weeks ago when I actually sowed them. So I'm really pleased with them. We've got a few that haven't come up, but the rest have, and that was 50 seeds, so I've got round about 46. So let's see how oh, I have actually just squoze that one off. Oh, that's a good job I got so many. That was a disaster, isn't it? Right, so as I've got plenty of plants to go out, let's start off with them. Either it's going to be the summer squash, sowing more into the beetroot beds, or the rocket. I've got plenty of rocket to harvest at the moment, and we've got plenty of lettuces and spinaches to go out, though the spinaches are just there for the slugs they have bolted. Right, and on to doing the summer squashes. What's this? Is trest. I think that's the trest. Like I said before, well, in previous videos, we're not doing courgettes. These are summer squashes, so apparently they've got more flavour than a courgette. You just use them like a courgette. If you allow them to go bigger, then they do become more of a hardened shell. But yeah, looking forward to trying out these. We've got quite a lot of growth already on them. So what I've done is I've done a complete mixture. It's a mixture of rejuvenated compost, farmyard manure, and my homemade compost. With both the homemade compost and the manure, they've got plenty of nutrients in there to hold water, especially my homemade compost because it's not quite yet proper compost. So they're going into 20 litres, which probably is the minimum for it. But I just don't have space and time as well. So yeah, this is the trest, and I think this one looks to be the long neck. Yeah, the long neck one as well. I'll put the full names on there, and yeah, looking forward to them now. But what I'm not going to do is plant up the butternut squashes. They're going to go into one of the beds up there, and in one in the climbing bed as well, because I'm actually waiting for them to actually go in what direction they're going to go. Normally you get the leader suddenly going towards one direction, and that way you can actually plant it in the direction that you actually want it to go, rather than keep on trying to force it. It's not done it yet, but they've had a right old battering over the last 2 weeks with the rain. So yeah, hopefully this sunshine, I think we're supposed to get a week of it, of nice sunshine, so fingers crossed on that. Certainly needed after 2 weeks of just pure rain. It's just been awful. Right, so yeah, this is totally sodden wet after yeah after the last couple of weeks. Yeah, get my hands completely dirty on this one. It's got a real nice root system, but I could have left it for a couple more days. At least we've been in a pot, I can direct exactly where I want it to go. And we see how we go with these. They're supposed to be, well, one's called prolific, so that's an indication of what it's going to be like. So we get that a bit deeper. Now I will, as this settles, I will top it up as well. I just want to see how much the actual compost settles, and I probably will stake them up as well. I'll see if I may do them vertical or just let them to trail. We'll see how we go with those. Right, it's a real pity that these are bolted, because these leaves, especially these mustard leaves, these have been fantastic. I really enjoy having mustard on my butties or as a condiment, and I've not used it at all. I've just laid it on with a whole load of these leaves, and these are really hot mustard. I've really enjoyed them. Like I say, it's just a pity that they've gone over. As they go over, they start to get a little bit more bitter. So these are just the last ones that have started to go bitter. You get some real nice sized leaves. I mean, it's pretty damaged, that one, but I've had loads of them. So we'll be growing this again, start sowing them, I don't know, probably late August. If I can find a really shady part of the garden, or maybe behind the greenhouse, so I guess half an hour of actual sunlight, I may try them a little bit earlier than that, because I really have enjoyed these mustards. Right, so this rocket is doing really well, and we are picking off it, but it's starting to just get out of control. We're just nipping off any of the flower buds. That's what I've done with these as well. I've got another load to go in down there, and then 2 upper troughs. And like I said before, it's really good for me because it's high in nitrate, so it's really good for your blood vessels and arteries. It opens them up. Not going into any science there, but it does. It's supposed to be really good for me. And then look at all these colours. These are, oh, forget all of it, a Morton mix. And there's a lot of different colours there. So these are going into this bed. Now the spinach, these spinaches, they just bolted with the heat. But what I am going to do is actually put them at each end, because at the moment in these beds, this one hasn't been too bad, but that one there, I had a whole load of coriander in there. We had a whole tray of plants going in there, and they've completely been eaten by the slugs. You can only see one plant survived for quite a bit, and then that's been devastated as well. So I'm going to have to start the Chinese cabbages or any sacrificial plants I can get hold of, just to try and put in there so that I can feed the slugs. Because yeah, we lost literally a whole load of coriander. So that's what I'm going to do with these sorry stated spinaches. But yeah, look at all these colours, and it's so nice to again just keep on planting out, because I am so late. You know, it's really good that these took off, and I'm going to sow another lot as well. But yeah, in they go, ready for the slugs. I don't know whether I should do different colours. Yeah, I might as well. I'm going to do them quite tight as well, because we are just going to be eating away from them, so we'll see how we go with that. Now, talking of high nitrate plants, and this is another high nitrate vegetable, the beetroot, and especially even the beetroot leaves. What I've done down there is I've done complete rows of beetroot, and I'll show you that in a minute. But these are doing really well. Now, what I did do is do a spacing of around about 300, which is a little bit too large. But the whole reason was I wanted to actually get an extra couple of rows of radishes to go in there as well, just so that I just keep on getting radishes. And I've done that for the carrots. They've done really well coming up there. So I'm not going right to the edge, because I'm thinking I may put some beans in there. It's really nice just to keep on sowing extra radishes. What I'm going to do with them, that's way too many. What I'm going to do with them is actually pickle them. Now, I had hoped to do fermenting, but that is just out the question now with me having to watch the amount of salt I have. So yeah. And this version is pear not clear salad radish. So yeah, they've done really well. I've done two halves there, one of Diana and one of this pear nut, and they've both been really successful in germination. Though we have had so much rain over the last 2 weeks. I mean, even the carrots have done pretty well as well, and they were old seeds. So yeah, gotta be grateful for the rain at times. But it's really nice to be planting out or sowing seeds directly into the beds with the sun on your back, or right in the face in this case. Right, so down here I've done a couple of rows. They're only about 150 apart, and it's around about 2 inches, or maybe two and a bit inches between each one. And they've come up really well, again, probably because of the rain. I've only got a few just missing. Now what I'm doing with these is just purely growing them for the leaves. I'm just going to harvest the leaves. Now I have done them, like I say, spacing about 2 inches, just so that right at the end of the season, maybe I may get some small beetroots. It depends how heavily I'm going to harvest all these leaves. So these two rows are, hold on, are Joggia golden orange bicolour beetroot. So we've got a nice candy coloured beetroot stem. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm really looking forward to this beetroot, which I'm yet to be sowing. I've got a couple more in there, those rows, and Sanguina beetroot, which is a real deep red beetroot, and according to the websites it doesn't get woody at all. So with it being such a nice deep red beetroot, the leaves are really deep red as well, and that, again, this is what I need for the high nitrate content. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just coming down here and harvesting some nice fresh beetroot leaves, because it's really expensive in the shop if you get a beetroot leaf salad, and it's so easy to do, direct sowing, you know, and they literally have all come up, especially this Joggia, and this one I've only got a couple of misses. And no, me, I probably didn't put any seed in at the time, but that's really, I'm really looking forward to this. So what I'm going to do next is do, once I've got a couple more rows of this the Joggia, because that turns a peachy colour when it's roasted as well, the actual beetroot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that one goes. There's a couple of rows of bull's red beetroot. Now I'm finding it hard to actually get hold of the seed, just go into the shop, so I have to go online to get it. And maybe what I will do is, because it's used for microgreens, I may get that seed and do a little bit, instead of a strip, do a wider strip of around about 2 inches. But we'll see how we go with that. So yeah, growing for healthy nitrates, beetroot, spinach, arugula, rocket, and there's quite a few others in there as well. Rhubarb, who'd have known that? But again, I suppose it's anything that's got that redness to it. Maybe the reason why. I do need to do more research on it, and when I do, I will do a video on it, because you know, every little helps, as they say. And this is the reason why finally getting this greenhouse sorted. You know, a couple of weeks back I did a video of how these were just really suffering from purple underside of the leaves, and that was just down to the bad compost. I realised that was on my way there. But look at that now, such a strong plant. And I've said this before, this Ethel Watkins is going to be my go-to plant. Already got the flowers on. Now what I'm thinking is, actually it helped me that these were a bit slow to start because of the bad compost, because I can now plant these on into the big pots, and that gives them enough energy to actually carry these first truss of flowers. You know, normally people say to take them off, but if I can get them into this pot now, it's got enough to access, and we'll see how we go with those. I am taking off the side shoots right down at the bottom, but it's such a joy just to be the smell of tomatoes on your hands. I will have green fingers after doing all this. It's fantastic. And then if I just put that there, this as well, I mean, we have actually got little cucumbers coming out already on that. And what I have done, I've tied it up, but I've actually rewound the tendrils to go around. I think that's the word for it. But yeah, it's not a good place on these hot days that we've got at the moment to be in here. So I am doing this very early on in the morning. But yeah, and I'm actually going to put these on planks just for the time being, just because at the moment I've still got a problem with ants in here, and I've had to re-water all of these beds. I've put a lot of water in. It goes down about 1 inch, 2 inches, but then underneath there it's still a little bit dry. So what I want to do is really water it down so that these can access water, and it doesn't take too long for them to actually get out their roots. I mean, sometimes when I've taken out these tomatoes, they've had real good long roots going right the way across there, and that's why I do this. I can water directly to the main roots, but then I can then water the big tap roots that are going out with this. And fingers crossed I do get my watering system in here for this year, so that we're not continuously tied down by watering. But yeah, so nice to be in here and potting on. Again, I will be potting on these jalapeños as well. They're just coming to the point where they need a little bit of potting on. They're not the biggest roots at the moment, so I could hold off, but why not? Let's get it all done in one go, and let's finish off in here. So yeah, looking forward to this. Well, it's been really nice to be filming in the sunshine today. The wind's been a bit of a hassle, but it's been really nice to finally have some sunshine again. I know we had it a couple of months back, but it really is nice to get that sunshine again after a couple of weeks of tremendous rain. And these are all doing really well. I need to start really tying them up. They are absolutely flying along at the moment, and so are the jalapeños. And then we've just got these cucumbers. I've not got any side shoots off them at the moment yet, so we see how we go with those. I can't remember last year whether they came off pretty early on, But looking forward to a lot of cucumbers, and again pickling them as well. Really enjoyed those as pickled, and it was a good job because we had so many of them. Right, so hopefully next week, obviously we'll be flying away with the cucumbers, but it should hopefully be the broad beans. I'll be prepping I'll probably be planting out possibly the sweet corns. Fingers crossed on getting some of those pumpkins in as well. And what else have we got to do? I've got so much tidying up to do. The place is a complete mess. All I'm doing is camera angles, and I'll show you next week how much of a jungle it is in so many parts. I could be sitting here standing here and just saying that everything's rosy, but it's not. I've got so much work to do out there. Well, both me and Sarah do have. So fingers crossed we can start to get some more done. Certainly if we got some nice weather in the evenings. So like I always say, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again.